What's up, my little title talks? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Erica Mena, you are coming out with a non-apology, right? Because she didn't apologize at all. I'm going to read that. And you're now trying to hide behind a woman of color. Y'all, listen, I hope whoever was caping for Erica feels stupid. I really honestly do. And I hope somebody actually wakes up to the fact of a slur is a slur because it is what is intended, not for what you receive. If I call you every B in the world, disrespect you in the middle of the street, and you're like, I don't care. You still look stupid because you are letting somebody disrespect you. It is the person's intent, not. But let's get into this because Erica really actually just made me mad with this and all the people defending her. I don't understand. You are defending the right of someone to call you racial slurs when they're angry because you went too far. I don't understand. Do you understand that when somebody calls you a slur, it is objective? And when somebody criticizes you or says something mean, it is subjective. If Spice had said all Latina women, or I'm sorry, let's use Erica Mena's thing, all women of color. Again, do you see how she put women of color? We're going to talk about that too, because that really honestly enraged me. The fact that Erica made a racist statement, but she wants to hide in woman of color because there are a bunch of dingbats and also people that just don't pay attention, that they're like, well, if you're a woman of color, how can you say a racial slur? Because they just see like, oh, woman of color, Black. And that's what she's doing. She's trying to play to those comments to get that sympathy vote about, well, you know, they're both Black. She's trying to get as close to Black as she can to be like, well, you know, Black people call each other that all the time. To which I'm like, where, how, who? Even, let me get back on track, right? I find it odd that people cannot distinguish what makes a racial slur a slur because it's objective. When she called her a blue Momo, right? She was talking about the way she feels about all Black women. She was. Even if you don't want to admit it, even if maybe somebody called you a blow Momo, and when you see it, you're like, oh, wait, did I play myself? Maybe you don't want to admit it. Maybe you think that if you reclaim the world that has no power. That was racial slurs are objective, meaning they go over a group of people. As a matter of fact, if she yelled at, you've always thought of her like that. That's why when you got mad, you let that chopper sing, right? And let's also not forget, she started making those sounds, ooh, like literally. And Erica's probably so stupid, and she only has 2 brain cells, that she really meant to probably call her a gorilla, but her mind couldn't process. Okay. Now, let's talk about this. It was objective. That's how she feels. Spice she wouldn't say that to Spice's face, because when Spice was on her good side, but when Spice angered her, right? That's when it came down to, oh, the truth hurts. Right? And she had to let it sing. For all y'all saying, when kids come on, all bets are off. Shut up. Because even our legal system, you know what? I don't even have to tell y'all to shut up, because honestly, the legal system has already denoted if you say racial slurs in an altercation, right? That's a hate crime. You will go to jail, and whatever sentence you get will be 3 times harsher. If you say, Your Honor, she said my son didn't like me, right? The judge is going to be like, okay, that was very provoking, but no, she's not going to prison for saying your son doesn't like you. That's just a criticism. It's a critique. Now, if she had said, all half Puerto Rican, half Dominican women, how all Latino women, sons, don't mess with them. That's why as a Latina, you Latina, but that would have been a racial slur. That would have been a racial insult. Did you guys see? Probably not. You know what? Let me just move on, because I realize some of y'all are just being slow, just as slow, but it puzzles my mind when I see Black people in the comments, even though I'm like, are they Black fishing? Are they real Black people defending the right for a non-Black person who does not see her? I know what y'all saying. Erica looks like a light-skinned Black woman. At least where I come from, she does. But she does not consider herself Black. So someone that does not identify with the culture, you are defending their right to call you, women that look like you, or women that look like people in your family or people you know, love, friends with, to call them slurs when they get mad? Is that where we at? I guess so, but whatever. Listen, Erica Mena apologizes for the controversial comment made on Love and Hip Hop after making headlines for calling Jamaican dancehall queen Spice a blue momo. The Love and Hip Hop Atlanta reality star personality Erica has issued an apology. Listen to this apology. Delivering an official statement to TMZ, Erica clarified her intentions, emphasizing they were not made based on racial prejudices. Erica lost every bag she had, and only then, when she had nothing, did she open her mouth to apologize. And then when she apologized, Erica talked to us like she's stupid. It didn't have any racial, but what was it then, Erica? Yeah, you don't have the balls to say, oh, well, I thought it's the way she looked. You don't have the balls to say that, because that just goes back into racism, right? Erica literally said, I deeply regret my insensitive comment and want to humbly apologize to anybody I hurt or offended by my thoughtlessness. My choice of words was wrong, and I take full responsibility for what I said. She took no responsibility. How do you say a non-statement? You said racial slurs that, even though some slow people refuse to acknowledge they are racial slurs, have been codified in almost every country in the world as a racial slur toward people of African descent, especially in the goddamn Dominican Republic and in Puerto Rico, where Erica's Latino Black fishing self is from. Where you were born and raised, where your mama was born and raised, where your daddy was born and raised, they are insults, racial insults. And the fact that this woman stood in front of my face, that's the thing. I can take somebody being a horrible, don't talk to me like I'm stupid. Don't spit in my face and tell me it's raining. And the fact, listen, I get it. Even in Black people in America, I look at it like the African experience in Africa. Just because you're African, don't mean you ride out for each other. Just because you're Somalian doesn't mean you're going to ride out for a Nigerian person. Just because you're Ethiopian doesn't mean you're going to ride out from someone for Tanzania. And Africa is a continent with many countries that races group into one, that Erica probably groups into one. But it doesn't mean, even though, of course, America is a nation of states, the different cultures of Black Americans, and yes, Black American, we have culture. If you accept Caribbean culture, if you accept Dominican culture, right? If you accept Haitian culture, right? Especially Caribbean culture, they were dropped off right when we were dropped off. If they're allowed to have their own culture and ways of doing things, the only thing that keeps Black Americans from having culture is racism. Because if they deny us the culture, that means they can take with abandon, because they're not stealing Black culture. They're taking American culture. They're not stealing, they're not, but no, it's American. We're Black when they want to disenfranchise us, but it's American when they want to take from us, right? Everybody wears nails like this. Everybody wears hair. Anyway, the fact that Erica said it was not based on racial prejudices. So what was it based on, Erica? Oh, she's not explaining that. That's all. She's speaking. Your PR person needs to be fired. And anybody that accepts this apology, you're stupid. And I don't want to hear, Cardi B did this. So-and-so did this. All right, baby, the line in the sand has been drawn. Anybody from this moment forward, let Erica be the first warning shot. Anybody from this moment forward that disrespects, you're going to get it too. How's that? Instead of literally lowering the bar, because, hold on, y'all. Instead of literally lowering the bar, because they weren't held accountable, so why hold Erica? Why don't we raise the bar and be like, Erica, you being held accountable, anybody else that disrespects is going to be accountable too. How about that? How about raising the bar? Anyway, I'm not doing this racial pick-me-ness. Anyway, I deeply regret, humbly, this and that. She said, Mena, whose former spouse, rapper Safari, has lineage traces back to Jamaica, acknowledges the gravity of her words and the subsequent backlash she faced. She expressed her dedication to positive change, stating she's committed to listening to the voices of those affected and will work toward making amends. Listen to your kids. Listen to your kids. You know what the problem, you know what the funny thing is, and I hate to say it, because I've seen Erica's kids are going to be picked on and ostracized by the same type of Latina that Erica is. And the fact that that is going to be her karma is a sad thing, because you cannot tell me a person that has that type of racial hatred in their heart that just waits until they get upset. They're not teaching that in. Maybe that's why Erica hangs around Black people, because in the ranks of the Latina community, she wants to be with like what? The white passing, which don't accept Erica. Again, I only say this because, and I'm just summarizing, who knows where it comes from. That type of hate and wanting to be better and putting yourself, that comes from actually feeling inferior. And that's where it's coming from. So I just wonder where it's going. Anyway, she said, as hiding behind Black women, as a woman of color, and why don't you just say as a Latina woman? Because you know, as a Latina woman, it will sound worse. But you want to say as a northern woman of color. So non-Black people will be like, well, you know, because you know, some non-Black people believe, well, I mean, how can a non-Black person insult a Black person? Like, you guys are all minorities. They don't understand how it goes. And Erica's playing toward this. I hope she never gets, if I had an ounce of sympathy for her, I hope she never gets any of her jobs back for playing in our faces like this. She said, as a woman of color and the mother of 2 Black children, now they're Black. I bet you in other times they would have been like, oh no, they're Latino, they're mixed. Now they're 2 Black children. I want to make it clear that I use that my use of that word was not in any way racially driven. What was it then? That said, I do understand the gravity of what I said. I want to use my platform to promote inclusivity and equality. You have 2 Black children. They're not Latino anymore. They're not mixed. They're 2 Black children. What was she saying before? They were Jamaican, Dominican. Okay, right. Now you want to use your platform to promote inclusivity and equality. Listen, again, while a large person in public displayed indignation at Erica's words, some believe Spice was leveraging the situation to advantage by portraying herself as a victim. The fact that even when you see a woman that looks like us, our mothers, our sisters, our cousins, you still, some of y'all are still making excuses saying, oh, you just want sympathy. Y'all sick, not y'all, but those people in the back, they're sick in their heads. Anyway, Spice got some sense, and she said, she raised questions about the intersection of racism and anger. She questioned whether enduring racist comments is now deemed acceptable if someone is angered. She acknowledged the public opinion that she may have triggered the incident by mentioning Erica's son, but clarified that didn't just justify racism. Furthermore, she noted that Erica's teenage son has been the subject of comments from others in the past, yet the backlash was not equivalent to what she faced. She reminded her followers in 2018, she painted her face white as a form of protest, aiming to bring attention to the issue of colorism within the Black community. She further shared that some individuals might react differently based on skin complexion, and lighter-skinned Black people might not tolerate such comments if they were in her position. She made references to her song Black Hypocrisy, which delves into her own experiences being ridiculed for having dark skin. Listen, if you are still at this point defending Erica Mena, you should be ashamed of yourself. And Erica still came out with a half-lame, idiotic, and I hope it don't work. Y'all, listen, I'm going to pray. But I realize as one thing too, I'm not even going to feed into the racist feeling that we're a monolith, because we're not. We are a diverse culture, which is separated by different regions of what we accept and what we don't accept. And I will say, thank God, the majority of us are saying, you better get that the F out of here. I don't know what is in the water in Atlanta, but I do know the celebrities there are constantly making excuses for people that do racist, discriminatory things, whether that comes from corporations or celebrities. Y'all, listen, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.